Welcome to DNVR Bets Daily. And Dre, Christmas has come early. If you are a DNVR member, check your email. Because the good folks at DraftKings, and boy are they good folks,
They sure
have hooked up every single member of the DNVR family with a free bet.
Yep.
So, that's how we roll. It's how we roll. It's how they roll.
This isn't like, you'll see DraftKings as a sponsor on other podcasts. This isn't like anyone is giving out a free with their code. No. We contacted DraftKings. We said, hey, we give out deals of the week every single week. We need a free bet from you. And they said, yeah,
we got you.
$5 for everyone.
Yep.
And if you're not a member, I would consider it wise to become a member this week. That might be smart of you.
That's,
You're
smart investment. So we're going to get to how to use your $5 free bet if you're a member of the DNVR family. If you're not a member of the DNVR family yet, go to thednvr.com/subscribe and get in on that, and you'll get your deal of the week. You'll get all our content. You'll get special deals at the bar when you come through.
Annual memberships. You get free merch that come with that. You can get yourself a gift box for Christmas. Tons of free merch with that.
Yeah, there's a lounge where you can hang out and chat Denver sports. You can talk about if you think the Nuggets should make a trade for James Harden with hundreds of other people that want to talk about that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Avoid doing work. Join DNVR.
Yeah.
True. So we will get to how to best use your $5 free bet, which will be a philosophical question anyway about how to use free bets. I think we're probably both on the same page here, especially with the $5 free bet. But we'll get to that. But first, more free money.
It's just raining up in here. It's insane.
Yeah, this one is even more free money.
Yeah.
You can pick any NBA team tonight. Doesn't matter if you're a new user or an old user.
Tonight.
Of DraftKings Sportsbook. Got to do it tonight.
Don't wait for the Nuggets opener tomorrow. Do it tonight.
There'll probably be something cool for the Nuggets tomorrow, too.
I'm sure there will. I'm sure they'll have New Year's deals. I'm sure they'll have Christmas deals. It's never ending. You better join the fun now, or truly you're losing money.
Somehow, DraftKings has made holidays better. Like, you wake up and you're like, oh, my God, I have something cool.
No, last 2 weeks, I'm up like 40 units.
Yeah.
I've deposited like 30 units into my account. DraftKings has bought my Christmas presents this year.
Wow.
They're outstanding.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so pick any team tonight. Get them plus 75. No team's ever lost by more than 69. Get them plus 75 and just roll with it. My advice, just pick one of in the first two games because of the time value of money. The sooner you have money, the sooner you can make more money.
You're a Warriors guy, in fact.
I am a Warriors guy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have Kelly Oubre on my fantasy basketball team.
What?
Yeah.
Roto style?
No, what's that?
Matchup style?
So this one's cool. It's one like I've never played before. It's matchup style.
Okay.
But you pick one game. So you play one person per week.
Yeah.
You pick one game per week per player, and that's the game that counts.
Oh.
So it's like fantasy football, basically.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But fantasy football, if you picked that one game of the month for your starting quarterback to count.
Right.
For your starting tight end to count.
Exactly.
That's dope.
So
that's dope. Okay, cool.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play.
That sounds fantastic.
With the DNVR Madden League boys.
Yes.
So I'm on the Warriors. I don't know. I'd just rather see them, put together a good performance. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm pretty anti KD.
Wow.
I can't even get behind this comeback story.
Oh, I'm all about KD. I don't mind this at all. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of love that he took over the Warriors and took over that narrative, kind of stole that team from him. It's great. Also, I guess I'm dressed a bit like a hipster hero today, so it's very fitting for the Brooklyn Nets, right?
That is the official team of hipsters.
Yeah, might as well be the outfit, a corduroy hat and DNVR hoodie.
You should embrace that. Go
Sure,
full hipster vibe with all of your outfits.
I'll try more. Yeah.
Okay. So that's more free money. So we're up to $30 of free money.
Not bad.
And so let's spend that money. What do you like on this NBA slate?
Tonight with the games.
Well, I assume you're not just gonna take your 25 and run.
I would never.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never.
That would if we all did that, DraftKings would stop giving it to us.
That's right.
Yes. So I kind of like Warriors money line. but I'm not going to fall for the cheese. What I do really like, Warriors +7, Clippers +2.5. Pull out the old teaser button, throw 7 on there. You get Warriors +14, Clippers +9.5. Comes out to -141. So you're giving up some value. If you want to go down to 5 points, then you can get it up to plus money. But then you're getting Warriors +12, Clippers +7.5. Not as enticing, but you are +104 for that. I like the 7-pointer and just, take my wins and go home.
So the Warriors +14, Clips +9.5, -141.
Don't you think these are going to be close games?
That's the tease parlay. Prime time, everyone's excited. Yeah. Makes sense.
I also think the reason why I like Warriors money line, and I'm probably going to talk myself into this, but I'm trying not to. And it goes for them as well, but I think it's going to take a second for these Brooklyn Nets to click.
Has to.
Remember the OG Miami Heat super team?
Of course.
They started off super slow. They lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers famously in their first matchup. I think it was like game 8 of the season. Right. It was like this awesome revenge.
Yeah, and wasn't that rookie head coach too? Or maybe Spo actually. No, Spo had one with Shaq and Wade already at that point. Yeah. But now we have a rookie head coach.
Oh, that was Pat Riley, wasn't it?
Oh, that probably was. You're right. That's how that works out. So Spo was a rookie head coach, and you didn't have a superstar coming off a massive injury. KD hasn't played in 18 months.
Yeah. Think about how much has changed in your life in 18 months.
A lot. Yeah, a lot. Huh.
So
maybe that Warriors money line is extra juicy.
I kind of think it is. But
the Nets cheese, Ryan?
Oh man,
they are, aren't they?
I think they are. Dang. That's why I like adding the points, just in case. Who knows? I think it's probably gonna be an offensive shootout.
Yeah.
So you could probably get some juice on the over.
Yep. I love it.
But it also,
I'm teasing 4.5.
I hate these early season games. You just never know anything. Yeah. You're just guessing because. You put these guys in an empty, cavernous arena for the first time, the shots might not fall. We knew in the bubble, they'd been practicing and playing there for 2 weeks. It was like they were playing in their practice gym. And any player would tell you, they've shot 1 million shots in there.
Yeah. They're
going to make in the practice gym. This one might be weird. But they've also practiced in empty arenas before. I don't know. That concerns me a little bit about the over. But I do...
you've talked me into this. This is good. Yeah, this is good. I'll be sprinkling the Warriors as well. I kind of feel similarly about the Clippers, but there's a lot more certainty with the Lakers. All the uncertainty you laid out with the Nets, none of that applies to the Lakers. None.
Are the Lakers cheese though, as a reaction to the Clippers? Everyone has a bad taste in their mouth when they think about the Clippers.
They
blew a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. They're stupidly cocky still. New coach.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if we're forgetting that Kawhi Leonard is amazing.
Yeah, no, I think we probably are.
I got Kawhi Leonard 10th overall in my fantasy league.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully he plays 70 games for you.
Yeah,
that's nice. The only question with him.
But I think there's a weird anti-Clipper sentiment out there where everyone is annoyed by them.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just ready for them to go away. Yeah, and so we're just pretending they're going to go away.
Right. They're the super team that not necessarily got exalted too early, but with a super team going through a pandemic, a mid-season break.
They have no personality. Yeah. There's nothing likable about them.
Oh, you're right.
And so everyone's just oh, Clippers, lost to the Nuggets. They're dead to me.
Right. They're so easy to dismiss. Yeah,
and they were a tough matchup for the Lakers last year.
They're a tough matchup. They've got 2 of maybe 3 guys in the world who can legit line up and match up with LeBron.
Who did they go? Who did they add? Who did they lose?
They lost
Trez,
Green, and Trez, of course.
Okay, they lost Shamet.
Yeah.
Who did they replace these guys with?
Luke Kennard is one guy that came in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not great. He's the Shamet replacement.
Mm-hmm.
and Serge Ibaka is the kind of Trez, Jermichael Green combo replacement. They're hoping to do a 2-for-1 with him.
They got worse.
Defensively with Ibaka, maybe come playoff times when he's really engaged, they're better with that second unit.
Tonight, you assume.
And he at least can play more solid minutes at center and not just get schooled by Yoke and Anthony Davis the way Trez was.
That's another reason why people are cooling on the Clippers. They didn't do anything cool in the offseason.
Yeah, no,
they just quietly lost good role players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some value. I almost don't understand, though,
ring night for the Lakers.
Yeah, ring night does scare me. Ring night scares you, but no crowd.
I know.
And LeBron, I know the Nuggets guys have talked about how Jamal Murray doesn't want to be. LeBron doesn't want to be here.
Oh, yeah.
That was the longest season of his life, and now he has to go through the shortest offseason. They're playing a regular season game already? It's absurd. That's a lot to ask out of a guy in his mid-30s, man.
That's a real toss-up. That's why I like the teaser line where you're getting almost 10 points.
Teaser's great. The teaser's great.
You could really talk yourself into anything here.
Yeah, I think I got to sprinkle both these money lines. You've just laid the path to where I probably need to little asset management, half unit on one money line, half unit on the other.
Or you could parlay them. +619.
Yeah, that concerns me. But again, if the Warriors come through, that's going to be a nice buyout.
We do have a $5 free bet to work with.
That's also in play.
Antonio saying Lakers +75. Don't think they can cover.
If the Lakers lost by 76 points, I wouldn't even care that it was to the Clippers. It would be one of the best days ever.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Joseph is asking, fade LeBron?
No.
Yeah, well,
I can't even bring myself to say that.
You went a year too early on the LeBron is washed take. Now you kind of got to do what I did with Brady in 2013, where it's well, we're going to wait and see.
I think my LeBron
going to wait this one out.
His wash take was just a couple hours too early in the sense that when I tweeted it, I was hammered. I've really cut back on drunk tweeting since then.
Good for you. That's an important rule. I'm mad at us for not following our gambling rules last night.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
So, guys, rules aren't just a bit. As a gambler, if you don't follow your rules, you might as well take your money, throw it down the toilet.
Yep.
Because rules are like the systems we used to do on Trends Days for Action. Mm-hmm. That massive spread didn't hit 2 weeks ago because the Seahawks had a get-right game against the Jets, smoked them by 40, and all of a sudden we got gun-shy. And this week, all those double-digit spreads...
We broke our own rule. We took the cheese. We were very good. You know what? The problem was last night is we had a good weekend, so we weren't worried about the rules.
And I had a great, and I middled yesterday.
Oh yeah, and then you got away from it.
3 plays into the Steelers' opening drive, third down. I was distracted the first 2 downs. I only saw the third down. I texted you instantly. I think I need to take this buyout. I almost panicked, took half of my initial pay into the buyout. I said, no, wait a second. Ryan Finley's going to get this back up. Of course, Ryan Finley goes 3 and out. But I still knew, these offenses are both crappy enough.
And, of course, the over still hit.
Well, not the -24 to middle.
No, but what I'm saying, you said the offenses are both crappy. They kind of were, but it still went over.
It was a classic under game. And now, we had no business hitting that under, but that 4th and 4 on the goal line with the Steelers' final touchdown, it's a PI. Big Ben doesn't hit that pass. The PI was the correct flag, but if the defender just plays good coverage and doesn't get too handsy, there we go. We've got the turnover
when I
on
asked
downs.
You how many times in your life have you knocked things over talking with your hands, and you said 0?
There you go.
Put it on the board, baby. Put it on the board.
Come to think about it, that's probably happened a few more times. It's probably not the first time in my life, but yeah. So I think even there we were kind of close.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights. It's okay. We won't break our rules anymore. I won't bet against the Seahawks, and I won't take double-digit NFL spreads.
Andrew is saying, I don't want to
Call of the night, Andrew.
Andrew,
Call of the night.
You probably remember this. Did we dismiss that? I feel like we were.
Yes, you did.
I feel like we were just like, eh.
You moved on to talking about your Finley story.
Yeah, right.
We then laid into Ryan Finley pretty good.
What a bag.
What a bag. Now, the under on passing yards, easy money there,
God.
too.
Did he even get to 100?
I don't think he did.
No, he got like 85 or something.
Yeah, it was
good
sitting
job,
on a
Andrew,
juicy 75. That was very good call by Andrew. Yeah.
He had like 40 at least.
Yeah. He was sitting on like 12 for a minute, and I was like, oh, man, these kneel downs are going to get us on the 9.5. But then
he broke one.
He broke the big one. That was something else.
He turned the corner, and I was like, oh, my God, he's going to score.
So I told you that Senior Bowl, we would watch Daniel Jones and Ryan Finley run in long touchdowns in prime.
Daniel Jones didn't make his in.
That's right. What a
No,
legend.
he tripped.
What a legend. He tripped, right? No one was catching him. He was flying.
No, he was gone.
Like literally flying.
He was like the second fastest player in the year.
Yeah, that was insane.
That makes me rethink everything I've ever known about that stat.
Yes, it should.
Like I always thought, like, oh, this is true speed. Like, you know, what miles per hour you hit on the field.
Right, that's the ultimate.
Yeah, somehow Daniel Jones faster than Tyreek Hill on that metric. Now it's been dismissed.
Yeah, not so sure about that one.
Austin wants to know thoughts on the Buffs tonight.
Yeah, what do we got as the line on that Buffs game? I was gonna bring that up here in a second. Let's look that up, but while we do that, shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, where literally there are many days like today where they're just like, here, you guys want free $30? And you're like, yeah, of course I want free $30. And then they're like, oh, God, here you go. You can have it. Do you want to bet it? And you're like, yeah, of course I want to bet it. And then they're like, great, awesome, you should bet it. And then and then you're like, I'm definitely going to. And they're like, cool, you know, you could actually win more money if you bet it. And you're like, yeah, that's the goal. And they're like, good, I'm glad we're on the same page here with what betting is. And you're like, yeah, that is what betting is. So thank you for clarifying that. And they're like, cool, yeah, have a great day. And then you say, yeah, thank you, you too. And then you guys shake hands virtually and go your separate ways. And then you go bet. That's a thing that you can do at DraftKings Sportsbook every day.
Yeah.
And you can also every day use the code DNVR to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's right, a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. When you use the code DNVR at America's top-rated sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Boy, what do you know about this Grand Canyon Antelopes men's basketball team?
I know that Grand Canyon is a for-profit university.
All right. If you had to guess what the spread is, what would you guess it is?
All right. The Buffs have been blowing people out like crazy lately.
Oh, God.
What?
How many blowouts have there been? 2?
3 in a row.
Washington, Omaha.
In northern Colorado.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I mean, again, Grand Canyon should fit within these teams.
Right,
so
right. It's not like they're taking on Duke all of a sudden, and I'm like, yeah, we're blowing out everyone.
You're right. We would be hammering the Buffs if they were taking on Duke.
Buffs minus 12.5.
Oh, wow. You're spot on.
Oh, thank you.
Had you told me Grand Canyon, I would have been like, I don't know, 30.
The only reason
10.
I know this is because, it's only 10.
Only 10.
Okay. The only reason I know this is because at the end of the night, the other night during the Washington games, the announcer said, well, the Buffs have Grand Canyon next on the schedule, and Grand Canyon, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they can give them a game. So I figured there must have been something that they said good about them in that time.
Right.
I wasn't listening, but I knew that just based on the tones of their voices, they must have said something nice about Grand Canyon. So Grand Canyon must be decent.
Yeah.
Because the Buffs are averaging like 39 points per win in the last 3 games or something.
Beat Nevada by 10, lost to Arizona State by 1. We know the Sun Devils are frauds, but still. And lost to San Francisco by 3. Famously, San Francisco, don't take the cheese line. And they, very respectable against Oregon, only lost by 10. Did not cover the 7.5.
Bummer.
So there's Grand Canyon for you.
They are solid.
Yeah, some G5 and Power 5 teams. They've more than held their own.
Don't care. You kind of have to ride this Buffs train while it's still rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
What reasons would we have to think they were going to slow down?
No, totally. And I think the Buffs are in a unique position of being a little undervalued by the public. I think, we all know that without the Tennessee game, which was plopped into the schedule kind of last second, and a more regular schedule. No.
72 hours notice.
Absolutely right. That was the COVID special of the Buffs slate. They could very easily be undefeated and be ranked in the 20s right now. And that alone probably shifts this line by 5.5, 6 points.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think Buffs -10. And I always love a team in college basketball with a veteran point guard.
It's the most valuable thing in there. They also have
the Buffs are a profitable
Dallas Walton,
team.
who's playing the best basketball of his career.
That's huge.
Deshaun Schwartz started heating up. Jariah Horn is a senior who is playing really good ball.
Yeah.
So, look, could they go cold tonight? Of course. But, as I like to say, dance with the ones that brought you. And they are 4-1 against the spread right now.
That's a new, that's a fantasy term we like to use too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense in fantasy than in this case.
Yeah, like if you drafted a guy in the first 3 rounds, like he got and it's a toss-up decision.
Right.
Go with Lamar Jackson, essentially, is what that's in.
All right.
Red says nice fade, RK.
Thank you very much. That he's not saying to fade RK. I don't think.
Oh, compliment on your hair in a betting show. Confusing. NBA futures, Ryan.
Oh, you wanted to get into NBA futures. Let's do that very thing.
Season's starting.
You have 20 minutes basically to get in on these NBA futures.
So you pointed something out.
Oh,
and
right.
You didn't even want my response. So
I wanted you to save your response for this.
Yes.
And it's become more clear to me now, but I just wanted to see what you think.
Yeah.
The Nuggets to win the title plus 2,000.
Yes.
Nikola Jokic to win MVP plus 2,200.
Yes.
Do you think that those are correct lines? That it's less likely for Nikola Jokic to win MVP than it is for the Denver Nuggets to win a title?
That 200-point difference, I think, is accurate. Because, as you know, Jokic is a primetime player. He's a postseason player. That's when he ups his game. And unfortunately, the MVP just a regular season award.
Here's my thought on this, and it's become more clear to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Perception has no control over who wins the championship.
Yes,
that's
true.
what's the driving force here.
It's true.
Because for Nikola Jokic to win MVP, a bunch of idiots on the coasts are going to have to wake up. And betting on them to do that feels unwise.
I mean, he'd have to average like a triple-double.
Yeah. But he looks like he might.
He could.
He's primed.
I mean, shoot, he's been putting up primetime Magic Johnson, Larry Bird numbers for 2-3 years already.
Right, and the idiots on the coasts hardly even know his name.
Yeah, they think Embiid's a better center.
So that's the only reason why this makes sense. Because I think if all things were created equal, if the question was what's more likely, Nikola Jokic to have the best season in the NBA or the Nuggets to win the title, I would probably take Jokic to have the best season. Even though he's normally a primetime player, I think he's ready to go this year. He wants respect. He's out for blood.
But so not an individual player, you know? He's such a team guy.
I know.
Again, though, like, I saw Steve Nash win back-to-back MVPs. I know Jokic can put up those kind of stat lines and have a team put up those kind of wins. If they win 60 and he averages what he's averaging, he would be on that short list.
Yeah.
The MVP odds that really stick out to me, Doncic, the favorite at plus 400.
That's a really bad line.
Because you're not getting great value.
Why is he the favorite?
Because, I mean, if we'd played all 82 games last year, he might just win it last year anyways.
How do I find this thing? Oh, awards. There's just no way. Like, LeBron James is plus 900.
Yeah, but You're like 36.
I know, but what I'm saying is like LeBron James is better at basketball than Luka Doncic.
Yeah, but he's not as valuable to his team. In fact, he's the second Laker with the most highest odds.
Yeah, him and AD are tied, and maybe that's because they're taking a little bit of attention from each other.
Yeah.
The one that I would be interested in, and I'm really only interested in one, it's Kevin Durant at plus 1,200.
It's great value. It's great value.
And you'll know probably tonight if you made the right pick or not. Obviously, it's not gonna. Tonight won't determine the season. But if he comes out on a tear tonight,
well, and you know how NBA narratives work. Also, we haven't seen KD away from a super team.
That's another thing with
arguably ever.
Yeah, that's another thing with Jokic and national perception. Like these coastal writers only watch like the first 10 games of the season, and then they build their entire narrative off that. And then like late in the season, you're like, yeah, Nikola Jokic has been averaging a triple-double for a month. And they just don't even care. They're like, yeah, we saw him. He came in out of shape.
I feel like you really missed an opportunity to wear your no coast bias on this.
I wear it too much.
Most improved player. Do you know who has the shortest odds?
The shortest odds. So the lowest odds. No.
One Michael Porter Jr. plus 800.
Speaking of
Jamal Murray plus 1,200.
Can he
second shortest?
I think he built his stock up too high.
The most improved awards are so stupid and like so very subjective.
What I'm saying is his stock reached an all-time high in the playoffs. I agree. So how can he be the most improved player,
No, I agree.
You don't buy a stock when it's at its 52-week high.
Right, and even Devin Booker at plus 3,300, I think he did enough in the bubble to elevate that stock to where he can't make that jump to warrant.
Like Michael Porter Jr. is an incredible.
I mean, he clearly is the name that jumps out at you.
But did you just see this? So it came out earlier. The Nuggets would not include Jamal Murray in a package for for Harden. Thank the Lord. And then this one just came out from the Denver Post. Houston focused on Michael Porter Jr. in a potential Harden trade, but talks didn't gain any traction. So the Nuggets are. I just love this like idea that I now have in my head. The Nuggets are like they've inserted themselves into the Harden talks, but they're like, yeah, we want him, but you just can't have any of our good players.
Yes. It's the deal that I was telling you.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we'll give you Bol and a second rounder and Gary Harris's contract to make it work, but you got to give us a first on top of Harden.
They can't do Bol. I learned via the trade machine today. But I just love this concept of like Tim Connolly being like, yeah, I'm definitely interested in Harden. They're like, cool. Jamal, no. MPJ, no. Bol, sorry, we can't trade him. They're like, well, what can you give us? He's like,
remember the Russell Westbrook trade?
In Gary Harris and Will Barton.
You know how you were having to give away Chris Paul? That's the kind of deal I do for you. Defensive Player of the Year, Bam Adebayo plus 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dissension in the ranks in Utah. So Rudy Gobert, plus he just got paid. So I imagine
Rudy Gobert is such a fraud when it comes to
career years. Anthony Davis, I think the Lakers they added all this depth. They're going to rest guys. I don't think the Lakers are their big stars are real threats for these regular season awards.
Do guards just not win this award? What's up with that? Because like Kawhi Leonard at plus 3,000?
It is hard for guards to win it because
you
need to be that lockdown guy. You can't just lead the league in blocks and that's
what Gobert does.
Yeah, that's the model is you're top 5 in rebounds and you lead the league in blocks, defensive player of the year. It's the Ben Wallace formula.
Damn coastal writers. They don't even watch the games.
Holy cow, this is going to drive you crazy because I click on Coach of the Year.
Oh, this one's crazy.
I don't even see Eminem on there until I scroll down plus 2,500. That's value, Ryan.
That is value.
That's value.
There's several people I've never heard of on this list before Michael Malone.
You know the Nuggets have yet in the Jokic era to win 50 games.
Yes.
So, much like the most improved, like Belichick has never won it.
When there's only 72? 76?
Yes.
72.
The bar has to be...
Last season and the season before
It was in the bubble. They couldn't have won 50, so they won in the high 40s, and the year prior it was like 46.
They probably would have won 50 last year.
Yes,
If
they would have
actually
for sure.
played the whole
They
season.
would have for sure. Yes.
But the year before, they did get the 2 seed.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, they did get the 2 seed. What was I looking up then? Never
They
mind.
won 50 because it was like a big deal.
Well, so then can he not exceed our expectations high enough to where he can't match those? Yeah, you're right. I
Rick
don't know why I was
Carlisle,
thinking that.
Steve Nash, Monty Williams, like
Hey, Carlisle.
there's
Lots
a
of
lot of
Nash on
Mavs
the-
love.
yeah,
Can you
lots
fade
of
the Mavs? What is? I don't want to do this because I actually really like the Mavs.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of public love for the Mavs right now. What is their?
Well, they're a perfect regular season team.
In 2019, they won 54 games. In
Okay, there you go.
2020,
54.
they won 46 games.
right, they would have
Okay,
won
yeah.
50 probably.
Yeah.
last year.
No, they would have for sure. They were on pace to do that.
And then in 2011, they won 50. And in 2010, they won 53. And in 2009, they won 50.
Right. 11, we go back to the...
Dallas Mavericks over under win total. Win percentage. Win total would really throw you off if you were thinking that here. Win percentage 57.5. I don't know what that equates to in this season, but you can get plus 100 on the under. I'm not saying I'm part of this. I can just feel there's a lot of public love for the Mavs right now.
because they're prime, Ryan. They're prime.
They don't defend at all.
Yeah, it's true.
But you don't really have to defend in the regular season.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it. I'm just saying, it makes me uncomfortable how much public love there is for them.
Right, you're smelling cheese. I get it.
Yep. It's like when the Rockies, like everyone's saying, like, I don't know, there could be sneaky NL West, underdogs here.
No one's ever said that.
Yes, that's happened at least 2 times.
It's like, well, sure, friends of yours that you met at Coors Field.
No. I mean, like media perception.
This might be better odds than the MVP. To lead the league in scoring, Doncic plus 650. With Harden plus 125 and Dame Lillard plus 350 ahead of him.
Man,
Yeah.
is Harden going to get traded? Like in the next day and a half?
Yeah, probably.
How crazy is that?
Man, Jokic to lead the league in assists plus 10,000. I'm almost tempted.
Where has he finished? That's what I want to know. Because in my head, I'm like, he dimes everyone up all night.
I
And
mean,
then
I think
just
he's been
like,
top 10 before,
top 10.
which is, for a center, is absolutely
It is insane. I
mind-boggling.
just don't think he can pull it off. All right.
No, it's too much.
To win the Western Conference, that would obviously be the next step for the Nuggets. Plus 10,000. No,
Almost-
plus 1,000. Sorry.
This, probably all but 3 of the last 20 years is a classic year where the likelihood of a Western Conference team winning it is so much greater than an Eastern Conference team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
If
take
you're
that
taking
juice.
I see what you're
Right.
saying.
It's more like if they're going to win the West, pretty likely they win the whole thing. So don't sacrifice 1,000 in value. Take it and go.
It's like the final boss is the Lakers.
The final boss is the Lakers, and then the final,
Like the Miracle on Ice, people don't even realize that wasn't the gold medal game.
perfect analogy. That's the one. He was 13th in assists last year, 7 per game.
If you want a Nuggets future, it's not juicy. But here it is. To win the Northwest Division, minus 121. If you want it to be invested for the whole season where you're, checking the standings and whatnot.
That one almost scares me because I think Utah's sneaky with Bogdanovich being back and Mike Conley being healthy and some continuity there. They kept Jordan Clarkson. Are the Nuggets super invested in winning the division?
Right. And here's the other thing that I learned the good way. This didn't actually pay off for me. I was in Vegas for my 21st birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Broncos to win the Super Bowl the day before they signed Peyton Manning. The odds shifted dramatically from
Wait, did you know something?
no, I didn't. I just wanted to place a bet,
What a perfect time for the stars to align for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
So, I think it was 36-1 originally, and then the next day it was 8-1.
Imagine if it was like it is nowadays on the phone where you could have had a buyout like.
Oh, that's so true. I
Like
should have gone
that,
to the window and
Ryan.
been like, how much do you guys want this for?
Oh,
I think I only put like $20 on it anyway.
sure. I mean,
So what I'm saying here is, whether you want it or not, the Nuggets make a trade for James Harden. Those odds are going to change dramatically. In my
that
opinion.
is true. That is true. Also, I think I'm using my free bet on that. Nuggets to win the whole damn thing, plus 2,000.
Okay, that's a good way to segue into our final segment here.
Yeah.
Everyone that's in the DNVR family has a $5 free bet in their emails.
Yeah.
If you're a member of DNVR,
Yeah.
check your email. You should get your members
Or
deal
get
of the
on
week
the
every week.
deal of the week on the front page. You can go to that and click on it, and you'll
If you're
do it.
and if you're a member, you can see that page. If you're not, you can't. Sorry.
Sorry. Become a member.
But yeah, you get your deal of the week every week. This week, it's a $5 free bet from DraftKings. What a hookup! So
Truly.
you've kind of buried it's whatever the opposite of burying the lead is. You've exposed the lead.
Yes.
You're gonna put that on the Nuggets to win it all, huh?
That or a white whale parlay that I need to come up with this weekend when there's a bunch of like soccer games. First off, if you are a member, Max, get on the homepage and get that free $5.
He says I'll be a member
now.
by Thursday, which is
Yes,
awesome.
it'll definitely last until Thursday. I believe that expires, like December 31st, basically a week from today.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're just getting $5 back instantly when you become a member.
You guys don't know, I'm the one who tested this out. So I've had a free $5 bet in my bet slip for 2 days, and I have to keep my mouth shut for it. I wanted to talk it through with you guys, so I didn't use it.
Okay, I am putting my $5 free bet on a Warriors, Clippers, Buffs parlay.
Money line?
Money line on everything.
Expires January 21st.
Oh, wow, January 21st. So there you go.
Warriors, Clippers, Buffs.
You won't be able to access it on our site starting next Tuesday, so get on that.
This is a $5 free bet to... I always feel like I want more.
Well, now the 5 isn't included in that because, of course, you never get your free.
Right, you don't get your bet back.
Right,
but
right.
It's 5 to win 63.
Come on, that's not bad.
I want like 5 to win 1,000.
Right, that's why I'm considering a white whale plus 10,000 parlay that won't work out.
Yeah.
At a nice plus 3,000 parlay that I thought was. I was like, oh my God, I'm a genius for coming up with this.
Didn't hit.
I mean, the first 2 legs, like, blown out the water.
All right.
There you
I'm
go.
doing this.
There you go.
Warriors money line, Clippers money line, Buffs -10.
What
and
are the odds on
the
that?
games line up one after another kind of nicely, so you can watch all 3. And
Don't double down. If leg 1 loses, don't recreate the same parlay with the last 2 legs. Just advice from a wise man who's done that way too many times and always ends up regretting it.
all right, there it is. I'll be eyeing the buyout if the first leg hits.
Yes, college hoops. I like Texas Tech -3. I like San Diego State -2.5 tonight. And that one's from Justin Michael, who's one of our sharp guys. Yes, our pleasure. Our pleasure. We really appreciate it.
Love you, Max.
Yeah, truly.
He watches every show.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
All right, those are the picks.
Best of luck, hoops.
Everyone, let us know what tweet at the DN. We'll put out a tweet right now. What are you using your $5 DNVR free bet? Respond. Let us know what you're using it on.
And tomorrow, special hour-long holiday preview special. All your bets when we're not doing this on Christmas, we've got you set.
Tell you what, bring a notepad.
Yeah, truly.
It's gonna get extensive.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed.
All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.